Jai Ma Kamakhya, Jai Matara, Jai Bhairava. So this video is basically on the upcoming Grahan and the very intense planetary combinations that are happening in the sign of Kumbha or Aquarius. There have been quite a few people asking about what needs to be done. So first of all, as I have mentioned earlier as well in previous, in some of my previous videos, that this year, as it was last year and as it is going to be in the coming even in the next year as well, is kind of intense karmically for a lot of people and the world in general. So it's as if somebody or some beings upstairs have decided that a lot of karmas have to be washed out of people, and because of that there will be various kinds of ups and downs. However, the good part is that this is also the best time to do any kind of spiritual practice, because the effects will be tremendously positive in the long run. If you do even a few years of very strong practices, it can help, and it can bring forth a result that in normal times might take you decades of practice, because it's only during times of stress and intensity that your real real capacity as an upasak, real development as an upasak happens, not in times when things are all perfect. So there are 5 grahas currently in the sign of Kumbha, and there will be Venus which will transit out very soon. But along with that, there is also a Chandra Grahan which is applicable in India. Some places it's visible, some places not, but some places of India, from India, it will be visible. So this is going to bring about certain very strong energies, and those are good for doing practices with respect to Bhairava. So this eclipse is extremely potent if you have been doing Bhairava Upasana for long, at least 1-2 years, and doing the Nama Japa. Then the best thing that you can do during this time is to do both the Nama Japa or which means that along with the Nama Japa or the Sahasranāma of Batuka Bhairava. So this text, a link to it will be will be mentioned in the description by my team. So this is a fantastic upasana, the Sahasranāma of Batuka Bhairava. If you have been specifically doing the Bhairav sadhanas for long, at least for a year or two, then this is going to gel very quickly and intensely with the individual. So when this thing happens in the sign of Kumbha and involving the nakshatra of Shatavisha, that is partially and to a large degree governed by the energies, very intense energies of Bhairava, as well as certain Devi forms too. So first sadhana that, and mind you, whenever I give this sadhana, there's always somebody or the other who asks that, can I do Rama mantra, can I do Krishna mantra, can I do Ganpati mantra? You can do anything you want, that's not the problem. But this channel is primarily dedicated to the deities about whom I speak about and whose upasana we propagate through the Kamakhya Bhairav Kula during Vishesh sadhanas and such kind of gatherings, collective sadhana, Vishesh sadhana, etc. So all the remedies that I mention is more or less somehow linked to these deities. So I'm not going to deviate into something that is not for which I do not have the or rather, let me put it this way, for which the KBUF Kamakhya Bhairav Foundation is not specifically connected to the sadhana and the upasana of those deities. So we will try and keep that as and when remedial measures have to be done, or as and when there are practices have to be done, they are confined within the realm of these deities, because these are the deities that we worship, have been worshipping for the last 3 years as a collective. I have been worshipping for longer periods, but people associated with me, and so therefore what happens is that there's a stronger energy that connects to you. So this is a very good time to do Bhairava Upasana, specifically the Sahasranāma of Batuk Bhairava. If you're not able to do that, then keep doing Om Bhairavāya Namah, or you can do the Batuk Bhairava Moola mantra, or you can do the Kal Bhairava Ashtakam also. That is also wonderful. All these, any and every type of Bhairava Upasana is very protective during these times. So when I say protective, I don't mean that every kind of trouble will go away from your life, but at least there will be some degree of karmic cushioning, which means you will be able to go through that phase without uh, having a lot of trouble and anxiety. And that blessing will be there with you to protect you from difficulties. So that is why, or at least reduce the intensity of the troubles. So that is why Bhairava Upasana is extremely good at this period. For somebody who wants to do Kartikeya Upasana, this is also a good time, because Kartikeya governs Mars, and Mars is the graha that activates and that kind of makes this specific combination of grahas right now in Kumbha very, very intense. Kartikeya governs Mars more than any other deity that I know. So if you have been doing the Kartikeya mantra or the Veil Upasana that I had mentioned, or any of the other previous things related to Kartikeya, then you can intensify the Kartikeya Upasana. Do it during the time when the Grahan will actually happen. Follow the rules of Sutak. If you have ill health or other things, you can always skip those rules. Just light one diya. No need for any sankalpa. Just keep chanting the mantra or the Ashtottara of Kartikeya. Same way for Bhairava also, light one diya. No need for any sankalpa. Just do the Sahasranāma or the Kal Bhairavashtakam or the the japa of Bhairava, anything related to Bhairava that you have been doing, but do it with greater focus, intensity, dedication, and a general prayer for protection and well-being. Just a prayer. No need to take sankalpa. Third upasana that you can do, and which I have been mentioning a few times this year, is that of course you can do Tara Sadhana, and that is also very, very protective. So Tara is that type, that kind of a Mahavidya, who once you connect to her, once you have been doing the 16th Thursday a few times, she is going to protect you from any and every difficulty. Whatever is the intensity of the trouble that is coming, she is going to reduce it to half, or to a portion that is manageable, or if there is a trouble, then find a way out of that. So therefore, Tara mantra sadhana, same way, just light a diya and keep chanting. If you can chant with the Rudraksha mala, it's good. If not, if you can chant with a red Hakik mala, it is extremely good. Or whatever mala you have. Don't bother too much about the technicalities of it. Important thing is to just sit and do the practice. That's it. And again, no need for any sankalpa, no need for any naivedyam, nothing is needed. Just sit down, do the sadhana, and pray to the deity for protection. You can do more than one also. That is also, I mean, there's always somebody or the other will ask that, can I do 2 sadhanas? Of course, you can do 2 sadhanas, or you can do one of the 3, or you can do, multiple. You can distribute your time. All of them are good. All of them are fruitful. Fruitful in 2 ways. One is that it kind of gives you a shield to go through this phase, and also it, in general, it boosts your spirituality over the long term. As I mentioned, this year, again next year, are going to be very karmically intense period for a lot of people. So this period of time, if you do any sadhana, especially of fierce deities like Bhairava, of Skanda, of Tara, Kamakhya, and even Ma Durga, you are going to reap a lot of benefits over the next decade, spiritual benefits. So as I mentioned, whenever there are tough times, that is when you progress much faster than times when things are smoother. This is the first and the most important cardinal thumb rule with respect to sadhana, and that applies for every single human being. Every single individual who has ever made any progress in sadhana had to go through tough times, because that is how the karmas are erased by the deities and you are able to move forward and forward. That is also a test of your resilience, of your determination, of how far you can take upasana, how serious are you about spiritual practice. So I think this is fairly simple to do. Once you start doing the Sahasranāma of Bhairava, Batuka Bhairava, you might continue doing that if you can find time for it. Again, this is because a preemptive answer to a question I'm sure that somebody will be asking, can I continue? Yes, you can continue. It's up to you. No compulsion. How many days? I mean, if you can do once a week, maybe every Sunday you can do, or whatever is convenient for you. Sundays and Tuesdays, if you do the Sahasranāma of Bhairava, it gives you a protection from many various things. And if somebody does it on Fridays, then it kind of brings over time, not on one day. So you continue for a few months, at least 3 to 4 months, every Friday. If you keep doing the Sahasranāma of Bhairava, it brings you certain amount of financial prosperity within the bounds of larger bounds of your horoscope. So don't expect to become overnight a super duper rich billionaire just because you're doing a Bhairava sadhana. There are limitations that are put by your own destiny, but within that destiny, it maximizes the chances of prosperity if you keep doing the Sahasranāma for a few months. But again, coming back to the Grahan, to the very intense Graha combinations, continue sadhana, have absolute faith on the deities, absolute faith on the gurus and the energy of the Guru Tattva that comes to you from whatever source to guide you, because the Guru's role is to guide you, to find you a way forward when you are stuck. And the same principle, same Tattva also comes from Ma Tara. That is why Tara is the Mahavidya connected to Brihaspati, Jupiter, who is the Deva Guru. So I hope this will be useful to all the people who have been waiting for what sadhana to do. With that, I'll end the video. Jai Ma Kamakhya, Jai Ma Tara, Jai Bhairava.